Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel for game two of this two-game series between the Marlins and Phillies. Leading off for the visiting Florida Marlins, I'm playing second, Castillo. Batting second, playing left field is Cullen. Batting third, playing shortstop is Ramirez. Batting fourth, playing right field is Sheffield. Batting fifth, playing center field is Ozona. Batting sixth, playing first base is Bohr. Batting seventh, playing third base is Prado. And batting eighth doing the catching is Real Moto. And on the mound batting ninth is Alvarez. Now for your hometown Philadelphia Phillies. Leading off, playing center field, Dykstra. Batting second, playing second, Utley. Batting third, playing third, Smith. Batting fourth, playing right. I'm playing first base is Howard. Playing fifth, playing left field is Lazinski. Batting sixth, playing right field is Hayes. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Dalton. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Boa. And on the mound, batting ninth is John Denny. Let's get down here to Philadelphia and get this game started. You see the team comparisons. Florida 2-6, scored 35 runs, 10 homers, and have been caught stealing 3 times. The Phillies 1-5, 24 runs, 4 homers, 3 stolen bases, and caught stolen 3 times. Luis Castillo is going to lead it off, batting $150 for the Marlins. And Ken Castro's here saying, "Let's go John Denny," and I agree. Always liked John Denny. Castro, like I say, batting 150, no homers and 2 RBIs. John Denny's second appearance. How in the hell, my folks, can you have a losing record? 0-1 and haven't given up an earned run. Let's take a look here at Denny in this game and see what happened. And replay. 3 hits, 4 unearned runs in that game. 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, 6 innings. Ain't that a damn shame? Didn't give up an earned run, gave up 4 unearned runs in his first game. And we'll take a look here at Florida, who is now 2-6, 3 games behind the Braves. Ramirez batting .206, Sheffield $111, Prado 194, Castillo 150, Ozona 263, Provano with a 1.12 ERA, Johnson a 5.02 ERA, Willis 9.82, Dunn 8.53, and Josh a 4.50. And now the first pitch to Luis, and the ball game is gone. And here we go, and that's going to be an infield hit. Luis gets aboard here with a single down the short. And the leadoff batter's aboard here for Florida. And Chris is up now. He is batting .267 with no homers and no RBIs. And Florida's going to do a little hit and run here. And that's going to probably save him from a double play, a 35 and a 5. That should be fielding column 1. And it is. I think the hit and run's going to save the double play. Yep. I only play for Mike's over to first. And a runner gets down to second. Now there's 1 out. And the big boy's up with a runner in scoring position. And Hanley Ramirez batting .206 with a homer and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a 12 infield. And that's going to be a pop-up in foul territory near the stands. Larry Boa goes over and makes the catch for out number 2. That brings up Gary Sheffield up now. Batting 111, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball in front of the plate, a 41 and an 8. And that'll be fielding column number 1. And that's going to be popped up in the fair territory right in front of the plate. That ball wouldn't have been a homer in a phone booth, folks. And Dalton makes the catch for out number 3. And now that'll end the top of the first. Marlins strand 1. It's Marlins nothing. The Phillies coming to the plate with Dykstra, Utley, and Smith. Lenny batting .211, no homers and 1 RBI. Alvarez, his second appearance of the year. He's 0-1 with a lofty 18.9 ERA. And the Phillies off to a slow start. They're 1-5, 3 games back of the Braves. Dykstra batting, like we said, .211. Mike Smith batting .273. Utley, .263. Lazinski, .150. Boa, .118. The poor pitchers here haven't gotten any run support. Lefty entered this game Lefty has a 1.93 ERA. Nola, a 3.86. Short, a 4.5. Denny, no ERA. And Jack with a 3 ERA. The power hasn't been turned on here yet in Philly land. Can they do it here today? Here's the pitch to Lenny. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. He tosses it over to first. And that'll be out number 1. Now you got Chase Utley up batting .263 with a homer and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on ball as the Phillies get the first base runner here to the game for him. And now it brings up Smith. Go ahead, run down at first. Mike batting .273 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty, a 16. And that's going to be an infield hit. Mike drives that ball down the third. And that'll be a 1-out single. And the Phillies here making some noise in the bottom of the first. Runners on first and second. 1 out for Ryan Howard batting .211 with a homer and 2 RBIs. Got damn good speed on the pads. As you can see, team comparisons here. The Marlins, 95 strikeouts, 33 walks, 30 doubles. The Phillies, 64 strikeouts, 36 walks, 10 doubles, and 4 triples. Here's the pitch to Ryan. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And a 31 and a 4. That'll be fielding column 2. Single to third, runners advance 1 base. Prado makes a nice stop, keeps it in the infield, but now bases are loaded and 1 out. Can the Phillies bust this game open already here in the bottom of the first? And the bull is up. Lazinski only batting a .150 with a homer and 3 runs, 3 RBIs. Can he do it here? Great speed at third and second. Not much speed at first or at the plate. The Marlins are going to play back for the double play. Here's the pitch to the bull. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strike count. Can Lazinski power this 2-0 pitch and give the Phillies an early lead? And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 26 and an 8 is going to be barely fielding column 1. And that's going to be the old 6-4-3 double play. The Phillies get nothing out of that, folks. Bases loaded, 1 out. And Alvarez gets the best friend double play. And it is still nothing. And the Phillies are shaking their head. Had a great opportunity to bust the game open in the first inning. Instead, it's nothing. Ozuna, Boer, and Prado do up. And Ozuna batting .263 with a homer and 5 RBIs. And of course, he starts off this inning with a walk. So the Marlins again got a leadoff batter aboard. And again, they're going to do a little hit and run, try to stay out of the double play. Here's the pitch to Boer. He's looking for his first hit of the year. He's 0 for 13, and that's going to be a strike. The batter misses the hit and run attempt, and they're going to have to see if they can throw a zone out here. That will be a 4. That's a 7. So what is it? It is a 21 or lower. He's safe. See if Dalton throws him out. And it's a 21. He's in there with a stolen base, folks. Everything coming up for the Marlins. A stolen base. Runner down at second. Dalton can't throw him out. And now you got a runner on second. Nobody out. 0-1 pitch to Justin. And that's going to be a 63. That's going to be a ground ball down the second. And the runner's going to get down the third with 1 out. And the Phillies, with the way they're hitting, they're bringing the infield in, folks. They don't want to give up a run at all. And you got Prado batting 194. No homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Does that change their thinking now? Do they try to get the double play with the catcher up? I think they are going to play back with first and third and hope they can get a doctor-ordered double play here for John Denny. Riamoto's batting 214, no homers and 3 RBIs. That's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 17. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. 1 run will score. Prado stops at second. And it is 1-0 Florida. And Alvarez is up now, first and second. He's going to try to bunt both of them into scoring position. He is 0 for 1 on the year. And that's going to be a 28, 42. And that's going to be a sacrifice bunt down the first. Howard's got it. And he tosses it over to Utley covering for out number 2. Now both runners are in scoring position, second and third, 2 outs. Florida already up 1-0 after a disappointing first, bottom of the first. Then he gives up a run here in the second and still runners at second and third. Luis is 1 for 1. He singled back in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Hayes. And that'll end the inning, folks. But 1 run scores. Florida 1. Phillies nothing as we go to the bottom of the second. You got Hayes, Dalton, and Boa due up here. Vaughn Hayes batting 133, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ramirez. That'll be out number 1 here in the second. And Darren Dalton's up now, who couldn't throw that runner out at second, folks. That was a big play. Dalton batting only a $143 with no homers and an RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center. And that's quickly 2 down here in the second. It's up to Larry Boa to get something started. And Boa's batting 118, no homers and 2 RBIs. And he does, folks. He squares this one up where this lands at. And that's going to be a double in the right field. Larry with a 2-out shot gets the tying run in scoring position. And it's up to John Denny here. Let's see if he can get the job done. Denny is 0 for 1 on the year. Can he deliver with Larry Boa down at second? A single probably scores him, folks. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Denny out. And again, the Phillies strand a runner in scoring position, and it's still 1-0 Florida. And we go to the top of the third. The 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here. Colin, Ramirez, and Sheffield. Chris is 0 for 1. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. And the Bulls out there, a 35 and a 1. And that is going to be fielding column 3. That's going to be a single, and he's going to get to second on an error, folks. Nothing's going the Phillies' way here at all. E7. The batter's going to get down to second. So an error, runner in scoring position with nobody out. And Hanley Ramirez is up. Ramirez is 0 for 1. He popped up the shortest first time up. 25 against the righty. 22. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And the bull doesn't have a very good arm out there, folks. That might score another run. It'll be a 37. With nobody out, a 26. And the big boys coming up. They're going to put the brakes on him. Even with the bull's arm, with nobody out, they're not taking a chance. So it's going to be first and third. Nobody out. And the big boys coming up with Sheffield and Arizona. They're going to hold him there. Gary 0 for 1. He popped up to the catcher his first time up. And not this time, folks. That ball is nailed. That ball is hit in the deep center field. The question is, will Ramirez score as Dykstra goes back and gets it? And again, Dykstra doesn't have that great of an arm either. That'll be a 56. And he's going to score with no throw. 2 RBI double by Sheffield. And just like that, it's 3-0 Marlins, folks. And the errors are killing these poor Phillies here. Not getting the fielding, not getting the key hit. Zono's walked, stole a base, and came around the score in the second. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second, a 41 and an 8. That'll be fielding column 1. Line drive. Ooh, righty's doubled up. Nope, that's a line drive down the second. The runner does get back. And that'll be out number 1. And bars up. Now Justin 0 for 1. He grounded out to Utley his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lenny. That'll be out number 2. The question is, will he tag up? And that'll be a re-roll of dice. 5. It'll be a 35. No, he's going to stay put. A single probably scores him anyway. Let Prado have a shot at him. Prado is walked in the second inning. And that's going to be against the righty, 23 and a 9, 23 and an 8. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Dykstra makes the catch. And the inning's over, but 2 big runs score on the double. And it is 3-0 Florida. So we go to the top of the third. The top of the order's up here. And the Phillies got to start getting something going. You got Dykstra, Utley, and Smith. Lenny's 0 for 1 today. He grounded out. And that's going to be a pop up down the short. We're out number 1. See if Chase Utley can get on here for the big boys. And Utley walked his first time up. And that's going to be a pop up down the second. They're getting under the ball, and they might be pressing here, folks, trying to hit a 3-run homer with nobody on. And now you got Smith up. Smith singled back in the first. He's 1 for 1. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Michael Jack Smith puts one out of here in the deep center field. Cuts the lead to 3-1. And the Phillies are on the board here. And now Ryan Howard's up. And he singled back in the first. And that's going to be a deep fly ball out to right field. Sheffield back near the track makes the catch. But the Michael Jack Smith homer makes it 3-1 as we go to the top of the fourth. You got Remoto, Alvarez, and then back to the top of the order in Castilla. JT's 1 for 1. He singled back in the second and drove in a run. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Utley. Fires over to Ryan for out number 1. Exactly, yes, Smitty. Damn. Too bad nobody was on. Now you got Alvarez up. He had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That is Denny's first strikeout of the game, folks. And Luis is up. He's 1 for 2, single back in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. As you can see, the team comparisons. Florida, 205 batting average, 266 on base, slugging 356 with a 622 on base slugging percentage. The Phillies 1 for 5, only batting a $186, 304 on base percentage, batting slugging 425 with a 728 OPS. And a fly ball out the left will end this inning, folks. 1, 2, 3, top of the 4th. To the bottom of the 4th we go with the Bull due up, Hayes and Dalton. And the Bull, he grounded into that 6-4-3 double play with bases loaded back in the first, folks. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field, a 43 and a 3. Should be fielding column 1. And it is, and that's a nice play by Azona. He makes a nice run and catch, robs the Bull of a base hit. And that is 1 down. Now you got Von Hayes up. And Hayes is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Phillies will take it. Brings the tying run to the plate and Darren Dalton. And Dalton's 0 for 1 today. Flew out to center. And that's going to be a 38 pitcher. That'll be a rare play. 38. Reroll a dice here. A 41 and a 38. And that's going to be a balk runner to second. He's a BKO, so it's not a balk. A wild pitch. And it's not a wild pitch, so it's just a 3-2 count. All that for a 3-2 count on Dalton. So here's the payoff pitch to Dalton. All that to get a 3-2 count. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 14. And that's going to be a base hit. Infield hit by Dalton. Shows off his Jets here, folks. And Dalton's aboard here first and second. And Larry Boa's up. And Larry do some damage here. He doubled back in the second. Here's the pitch to Larry. And that's going to be a 15 and an 8. That's going to be a pop-up down the third. Infield fly rules in effect. Prado makes the catch for out number 2. And it's up to John Denny here. Runners on first and second. Denny 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Chris and left. And again, the Phillies come up short. It's still a 3-1 game as they leave 2 men on. To the top of the 5th we go. And we got the 2-3-4 hitters up. Chris, Hanley, and Gary. Chris is 1 for 2. He singled, got the second, and came around the score back in the third on an error by Lazinski. And that's going to be against the righty in 19. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Von Hayes calls for it, makes the catch for out number 1. And Hanley Ramirez is up now. He's 1 for 2. Singled and came around the score in the third. And that's going to be another fly ball out to Hayes. 2 fly balls to right field. 2 quick outs. Gary Sheffield's up now. Can Von Hayes set a record held by many? Gary with that 2 RBI double in the third. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Howard. Calls Denny off, takes it himself. And it's a 1-2-3 5th. We got the top of the order due up here for the Phillies in the bottom of the fifth. Dykstra, Utley, and Smith. Lenny 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a 13. And that is going to be a fly ball out to center field. Robbed of a hit. Lenny kicks the artificial grass walking down the first. Can't believe that. Thought that ball was going to drop. And there's one down here. Chase is 0 for 1. He's walked and popped up. And that's going to be against a 14. That's going to be a single in the center field. Azona couldn't get to this one. That drops in front of him. So now you got the tying run coming to the plate. And Mike's already hit 1 homer today. He is a perfect 2 for 2. He's singled and homered. Can Mike keep it up here? And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strike count on him. Can Mike Smith do something here with the 0-2 count? And nope, comes back to strike Mike out. Smith strikes out with a runner down at first. So it's up to Ryan Howard here. Howard's 1 for 2. He is singled back in the first. And that's going to be another back-to-back strikeouts. Nice pitching by Alvarez. Gets out of it with nobody scoring. To the top of the 6th we go. Still a 3-1 Florida lead. And you got Azona due up, followed by Barr and Prado. And Azona 0 for 1. He did walk, stole a base, and came around to score. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Florida gets the leadoff batter on again. And Justin's up now. And he is 0 for 2. He is grounded out and flown out. Here's the pitch to Justin. And that's going to be well hit. See where this goes. Denny's struggling here in the 6th. And that ball is blasted, folks. See where this ends up at. That ball is high. That ball is far. And that ball is out of here, folks. Kiss it goodbye. That's a 2-run shot by Justin. No doubt about her. And it is now 5-1 Florida. He has walked and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Smith. He fires over to first. That'll be out number 1. Denny settles down after the homer. JT's up. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI in this game. Yeah, exactly. They can't get the big hit, and they give up the big fucking hits. I mean, it's amazing. They get how bad their luck is right now. It's just crazy. That's going to be a base on balls. JT walks on down to first. And Alvarez is going to try to bunt him down to second. He is 0 for 1. He has a sacrifice bunt and struck out. And that's going to be a 29. And that's going to be 2 strikes on him. Here's the 0-2 pitch. They keep the bunt sign on. And that's going to be a bunt down the third. Smith's up with it. He's going to fire over the first with Howard covering. And that'll be out number 2. The runner does get in the scoring position now. Already up 5-1, and Castillo's up. Luis is 1 for 3, single back in the first. And that's going to be a base on balls. Denny walks him. That is Denny's 4th walk to go with only 1 strikeout. First and second, 2 down. Can he get out of this with only 2 runs scoring? Chris is 1 for 3. And that's going to be a 2-0 count. Denny falling behind on these batters. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He comes back and strikes him out. And that'll be it for the Marlins. But they scored 2 more runs on the 2-run homer. And it's a 4-run ball game. And you got the Bull due up, followed by Hayes and Dalton. They got to start to get something going here. The Bull is 0 for 2, grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Gary calls for it, makes the catch for out number 1. Now you got Von Hayes up. He's 0 for 1. He did walk back in the 4th. And that's going to be another fly ball out the right. Sheffield with 2 putouts here in the 6th. And Darren Dalton, can he get something going with 2 outs? He did single his last time up. 1 for 2. And that's a swing and a miss. Alvarez's 4th strikeout. To the top of the 7th we go. And it is 5-1. They're going to try to get Denny through this 7th inning. He's due up 2nd. He's got the big boys, Ramirez, Sheffield, and Ozuna. 3, 4, 5 hitters. Ramirez 1 for 3 today. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a fly ball out the left field. The Bull makes the catch for out number 1. See the Marlins. They stay here in Pennsylvania. They head west to take on the Pirates for 4 games. Then they head back home and take on these Phillies again. And now Gary Sheffield's up. He's 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI double. And that's going to be a fly ball again out the left. The Bull now with 2 putouts in this inning. And Marcella, he is 1 for 2 with a walk in this game. Came around the score both in the 2nd and 6th inning. And that's going to be a fly ball this time out the Dykstra. 1, 2, 3, 7th. We go to the 7th inning stretch. 5-1 Florida. You got Boa due up, followed by a pitch hitter for Denny. And then Dykstra. Larry's 1 for 2 with a double. And he gets a hold of this, drives out in the right field. And he gets over there quickly. Gary does, holds him to a single. Now we'll have a pitch hitter here for Denny. See if the Phillies can make some noise here in the 7th. It looks like the bullpen's starting to move around out there against the righty. Who are they going to have come in? I don't think they got a lefty on the bench. Yeah, they got Abreu. Abreu's going to come off the bench here. See if he can keep this going here. Keep the merry-go-round going. Put another $1 in the merry-go-round. Abreu is batting .429, no homers and 4 RBIs. Larry Boa down at 2nd. And here's the pitch to Bobby. And that's going to be a 13. Yeah, it'll be a 13. And that is going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. A 33 and a 4. Are they going to hit into another damn double play? A 33 and a 4. That'll be filling column 2. And that'll be thrown down the 2nd, over to 1st. But Bobby beats the relay throw. That'll just be a 5-4 put out. So now you got Abreu down at 1st. Lenny Dykstra up. Dykstra's 0 for 3. Can he finally get something going here? He is grounded out, popped up, and flown out. And that's going to be against a 13. And that is going to be a base hit, an infield hit for Lenny Dykstra. So Dykstra's aboard here with a 1-out single, 1st and 2nd for Chase Utley. And now the bullpen is definitely up. They got a 4-run lead, but the big boys are getting ready to come up. And now you got Chase Utley, who is 1 for 2. He has walked and singled in this game. And that ball is hit hard. That ball is far. That ball is in the right field off the wall. Will Dykstra score here? That is the question. That'll be a 36. minus a 33 plus an 18. And Dykstra's going to stop at third, so that's an RBI double. And that's probably going to be it for Alvarez, as Michael Jack Smith's coming up. And do they want to make a double switch here? Alvarez is due up fourth. They're not going to. Let's see who's going to come in this game to pitch to Michael Jack Smith. And it looks like it's going to be Brandon Looper. Looper's coming in the game here. Try to keep this a 5-2 lead as the big boys are coming up and 1 out. Looper. They bring in the righty Looper. This is his third appearance. He's 0-1 with a 2.25 ERA. Second and third, 1 out. Smith's up. He's 2 for 3. He is homered and singled. He did strike out in the fifth. The question is, that would be the go-ahead run coming to the plate. They're going to pitch to Smith. The worst he can do is tie the game up. So they're going to pitch to Mike. He's 2 for 3 with a homer in this game, folks. And that ball is hit hard. Michael Jack Smith delivers here, folks. And that ball is crushed. That ball is hit deep in the left field. And Chris can't play it off the wall. That rolls and rolls and rolls. And Michael Jack Smith's a brown-eyed, handsome man turning for third. And he's in there with a 2 RBI triple for Beatles. And all of a sudden, folks, it is a 1-run game. And Michael Jack Smith's down at third to tie this game up. The infield's coming in. Ryan Howard's up as Looper doesn't get the job done. As Clinton Parks joins us here. Ryan is 1 for 3. He is singled back in the first. Infield in. Here's the pitch to Howard. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be an 11. And that is going to be a ground ball back to the mound. 23 and a 2. Now he's going to look the runner back to third. Fire over to first. That's a big out there. The runner holds. Now there's 2 outs. The tying run still at third for the Bull, Greg Lazinski. And Greg is 0 for 3. He's grounded out, flown out twice to center and right. Can he deliver here with a 2-out hit and tie this ball game up? Nope, that's a lazy fly ball out the left. And that'll end the inning. But the Phillies score 3, 2 of them on the triple by Smith, and cut the lead to 1 as we go to the top of the 8th. See who's going to come out here and pitch for the Phillies. And does the Phillies want to do a double switch here? That'll be the question. Abreu could stay in the game. I think that's what they're going to do. Abreu's going to stay in the game. Lazinski's going to come out of the game. And let's see who's going to come in to pitch. So Abreu's going to stay in. And you got the lefty, a righty, and a righty due up. And Brandon Lidge is going to come out of the bullpen. So Brandon's going to come in the game. And the Bulls coming out. So we'll do the double switch here. So Abreu will stay in the game and play left field. So Abreu's going to come in. He's going to play left field. Let's see here. Do we want to put Abreu in right and move? We want to put Abreu in right. And we're going to move Von Hayes to left. And Brandon's going to come in and bat in the 5 spot. So you gotta love not having a DH making double switches and shit. So now you got a new right fielder, a new left fielder, Abreu out in right, Hayes out in left, and Brandon on the mound. This is his third appearance. He's 0-1 with a 5.4 ERA. He'll be facing Bohr, Brado, and JT. Justin is 1-for-3 with a 2-run homer his last time up. The Phillies, as you can see, stay here at home for 4 games against the Braves. Then they go on the road to take on these Marlins in Florida. Here's the pitch to Justin. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Smith. He fires over the first. And Howard makes the catch for out number 1. And that brings up Prado now. He's 0-for-2. He is walked back in the first. Back in the second. And that's going to be a rare play. A 61 and a 39. 61 and a 39. And that's going to be hit down the short. Larry Bowa, one of the better fielding shortstops in the game. A 52 and a 10. That'll be fielding column 1. Nice play by Bowa. Goes to his right, makes a nice play, turns and throws him out for out number 2. And JT's up now, and he's 1-for-2 with an RBI in this game. And that's going to be against the righty at 20. And that will be a fly ball out the left field. Von Hayes is out there now, makes the catch for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 goes the Marlins. You'll have Hayes due up, followed by Dalton and Bowa. And Vaughn is 0-for-2. He did walk back in the 4th. And that's going to be a rare play. 43 and a 37. 43 and a 37. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 1. So Looper's ahead of the 0-1. And he gets a hold of that 0-1 pitch. Von Hayes drives out into the outfield, and that's a double off the wall. Von Hayes with a leadoff double. Tying run at second, and that's going to get the bullpen up for the Marlins. And A.J. Ramos is going to get up. Looper's supposed to lead off the top of the 9th here, folks. And now you got Von Hayes down at second, Dalton up. He is 1-for-3, single back in the 4th. Can he deliver here? Hayes with great speed should score on a single. Here's the pitch by Darren. And that's going to be against the righty a 10. And that is a 13. And that's going to be an infield hit. Knocked down by Luis, but the runner's going to get the 3rd. Nice play by Luis to keep the ball in the infield and probably save a run. So now you got 1st and 3rd. And nobody out. And Larry Bowa up. And that's going to be it for Looper. And now do they make the double switch? Bring in, who's their backup catcher? It's Johnson. Do you want to do that? I think that's what they're going to do. Johnson's going to come in the game. He'll bat in the 9 spot. And JT's going to come out of the game. And Ramos is coming in. And he'll bat for the catcher spot. So first, AJ's coming in. He's going to bat in the 8th spot. And we'll have a completely different battery made here for him. Charlie will come in and bat in the 9 spot. So a new pitcher and catcher here to face Larry Bowa. And they'll be bringing the infield in, trying to stop this run from scoring. Bowa is 2-for-3, having a damn good game. You got first and third, nobody out. Larry's got a double in this game and a single his last time up. Larry deliver here with Hayes down at third. Infield in. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And that's going to be a 49. Von Hayes should score here. 49, 33, 18, 60. What is it? A 64 or lower. He scores, folks. And here's the play at the plate. And he's in there. A sacrifice fly by Larry Boa ties this ball game up. And let's see here. Will he get down to second? 21. Yeah, he's going to get down to second easily. And a runner on first is going to tag up and get down to second on the throw home. So now you got first and you got a runner down at second in scoring position. And it's now a 5-5 ball game. And Bobby Abreu's up for the second time after the double switch. He grounded into a force play his first time up and came around the score in the seventh. Can Abreu deliver here and give the Phillies the lead? He's 0 for 1, folks. And he's going to be 0 for 2. 53 and a 7. That's going to be fielding column number 3. And that is a 26. And that is going to be a pop-up down the third. Prado makes the catch. And that'll be out number 2. So it's up to Lenny Dykstra here. Darren Dalton down there doesn't have great speed, to say the least. Might take a double to get him in. Yeah, finally some offense by the Phillies. That's for sure. And Lenny is 1 for 4. He singled and came around the score his last time up in the 7th. And that's going to be a 40. And that's the team. Let's see here. It's a wild pitch 3. That's going to be a wild pitch. Darren Dalton's going to get down the third. That's a big wild pitch. Now a single scores the go-ahead run. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Lenny. And that's going to be against the righty. 20. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Nope, a pop-up down the third. Sorry. Prado makes the catch, and that ends the inning. But the Phillies score 1, tie this game up. We're going to the top of the 9th. It's a 5-5 ball game. And Brandon's on the mound, going to be facing Johnson, who came in for the double switch. Then back to the top of the order, and Luis and Chris. And Charlie's batting 167 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lenny for out number 1. And Luis Castillo comes up now. And Luis is 1 for 3. He has walked and singled in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Brandon strikes him out for out number 2. It's got that okay. I didn't notice, though. He's got the old W, too. Chris is 1 for 4. He has singled, reached second on an error, and came around the score in the third. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Brandon strikes out the last 2 batters here in the top of the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th. We got the big ones coming up here. 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. Utley, Smith, and Howard. And a tie ball game. AJ on the mound. Chase Utley's having a good game. Damn good game. He's 2 for 3. He's got a walk, a single, and an RBI double. Here's the pitch to Chase. And that's going to be a rare play of 35 and a 36. And that's going to be 20. Where's that? That's going to be hit out in front of the plate. See what happens here with Charlie behind the plate. 44 and an 8. That'll be fielding column 1. He makes a nice play on that Baltimore chomp. Throws down the first, and he gets Utley. So now there's one out, and Michael Jack Smith with one swing of the bat here, folks, could walk this off for the Phillies. He is 3 for 4. He's got a homer, a triple, and a single. All he needs here is a double for the cycle, but they'd rather have 2 homers instead of the double. Here's the pitch to Mike, and that's going to be a ground ball down to Ramirez. Fires over to Justin at first, and that'll be out number 2. So now it is up to Ryan Howard here in the bottom of the 9th in this game in regulation. Ryan's 1 for 4, single back in the first. And that ball is against the righty. That'll be a 17. And that's going to be a base hit. Ryan Howard with an infield hit to keep this game alive, folks. Now the go-ahead runs at first. That'll be it for Brandon Ledge. He comes out of the game for a pitch hitter. And let's see who's going to come off the bench. Pitch hit here. And I think they're going to bring out the big boy. I think they're going to go against the righty-lefty split. And they're going to bring Dick Allen out to see if one swing of the bat he can win this ball game, folks. That's what they're going to do. Dick Allen's going to come off the bench. Going to say the hell with the lefty-righty shit. And they're going with the big boy to try to win this game with a one swing and a bat. Dick Allen's batting 167. No homers and no RBIs. Howard down at first. Here's the pitch to Dick Allen. And that's going to be a 29. I just realized something here. 29, it's going to be a ground ball. If that's a swing and a miss, he strikes out Allen. That'll end the inning. AJ's got 2 W's there. We can get rid of one of them. You don't need both of them. Let's see here. You're supposed to have an X. Change that. Didn't notice that until now. Sorry about this, folks. Got AJ's notes all wrong. Make a quick change here. Go to Florida. Go to AJ. And change his notes here. That 1 should be an X, not a W. And now we can get back to the game. And see what we're going to do after the strikeout here with the pitching. Will Dick Allen stay in the game? I don't think you will. So Dick Allen's going to come out. Well, we need a new pitcher. You got the righties coming up. And Al Holland's going to come into the game here as we go extras, read all about it. So Al Holland's going to come in the game and pitch for the Phillies. Try to keep this game tied up and let the Phillies have a chance to win it in the 10th. We don't want him in we want him in the 5 spot. Get him in the right batting order spot. It's going to be batting 5th. In the 5 spot. Okay. And he'll be facing the big boys, Ramirez, Sheffield, and Arizona here in the top of the 10th in a 5-5 ball game. Hanley is 1 for 4. He's single back in the third. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to be an infield hit. The Marlins get the leadoff batter aboard here, folks. Go ahead runs down at first. Gary Sheffield's at the plate. And Sheffield is 1 for 4 with a 2 RBI double. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Michael Jack Smith. And he's going to go around the horn. And that's going to be the old 5-4-3 double play. Just what the doctor ordered. Al Holland now. Nobody on, 2 outs in a tie ball game. A tip of the cap to Michael Jack Smith, doing it at the plate and in the field. And Marcel is 1 for 3 in this game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Holland strikes him out. To the bottom of the 10th we go. And you got Hayes due up here, followed by Dalton and Boa. Can they deliver here? AJ, is he going to stay out there? He's due up third in the top of the 11th. If anybody gets on, they'll take him out. They'll probably do a double switch here. So AJ's going to stay on. Justin. So now you got Von Hayes up. He's 1 for 3, single and a walk. Actually, a double and a walk. And that ball is well hit. Von Hayes ain't wasting no time. Can he walk at all? And no, that ball is off the wall. That's going to be it for AJ. A lead-off double. Von Hayes to go ahead and run a winning run down at second. Hayes with the second double of the game. And that's going to be it for AJ. And are they going to do a double switch here? George is going to come in the game. They're going to do the double switch. Let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen. And I think old Fonzie's going to come out of the bullpen. Antonio's going to come in. And he's going to bat in the 5th spot. And George is going to come in and play center field and bat in the 9 spot. That ain't right. He'll bat in the 8 spot. So cancel that and do it all over again. Okay. So he'll bat in the 5th spot. George will bat in the 8th spot. And now we're ready. And he's going to play center field. So he comes out. He comes out. He comes in. These Marlins do not have a very good bullpen at all. Antonio, his 4th appearance, he's 0-1 with a 4.5 ERA. Nobody out. Runner down at second. And Darren Dalton at the plate. He was having a nice game. 2 singles in this game. He is 2 for 4. A single may score Von Hayes here and walk this game off. Here's the 2-4 batting Dalton up now. And that ball is hit. Well, let's see where it ends up at. Against the righty, 12. And that's going to be a 44-8. And that's going to be a single in the center field. George just came in the game. He's got a damn cannon out there. Let's see if they chance it here. That'll be a 55 minus a 36 plus an 18. Yep, they don't have to worry about it. If the throw comes home, and that's an RBI single, Darren Dalton walks it off, and the Phillies come back and win this game 6-5 in extra innings. Wow. The bottom part of the order did the job today, folks. Let's take a look at this box score. As the Marlins blow a lead here. The bullpen let them down, and the Phillies, the Fighting Phils, come back and win it 6-5. Nice job by the Phillies. And that star should be a walk-off. Yep, walk-off win for the Phillies. Darren Dalton 3 for 5 in the game. The Phillies 6 runs, 15 hits, 1 error. The Marlins 5 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Hanley Ramirez was 2 for 5. The Marlins were 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Justin with the homer. They left 6 men on base. Smith was 3 for 5. You had Howard 2 for 5. Utley was 2 for 4. But look at the bottom part of this order, folks. Von Hayes 2 for 4. Dalton 3 for 5. And Larry Boa 2 for 3. The bottom part of the order did it, folks. Got to give them credit. The Phillies finally 5 for 13 with runners in scoring position. Michael Jack Smith with a homer, a triple, and a single was just a double away from the cycle. The Phillies still left 9 men on base. What could they be doing if they could just get some timely hitting? He just feels sorry. Old Clinton said it was rigged. I just feel sorry for Ken Castro. Oh, you're welcome, Ken, buddy. Yeah, old Ken. Old Clinton's crazy. Says felt sorry for him, rigged it. Alvarez 6 1/3, 9 hits, 4 runs, walked 2, struck out 4. Looper comes in 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 1 run. AJ comes in, gets the loss and the blown save. 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. And Alphonse Cisco, no outs, gives up the hit. John Denny gets a no decision, 7 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, only 4 of them earned. Walked 4, struck out 2, gave up the homer. Brandon comes in, pitches 2 innings, 2 strikeouts. Al Holland comes in, gets his first win of the year. 1 inning, 1 hit, and struck out 1. Take a look here at the standings and leaderboard. And the Braves are a game up on the Mets. Washington is 2 games back. The Phillies are now 2.5 games back. And the Marlins dropped to 3.5 games back. The Brewers are in the Central a half a game up on Pittsburgh. The Cardinals are a game back. The Cubbies a game and a half. The Cincinnati Reds 2 games back. And the Astros 2.5. Out west, you got San Francisco and LA tied for the lead. Diamondbacks are a game and a half back. Rockies and Padres 2 games back. Jeff Bagwell leading the National League with a .480 batting average. Sammy with 7 homers. And Paul Molitor with 13 RBIs to lead the National League. And like I say, the ERA leader's still at 0 right now. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 6 pitchers with 2 wins, and Bruce Sutter and Kent DeCalvey with 3 saves. Sammy Sosa leading in the MVP voting, and Clayton Kershaw leading in the Cy Young. The next game on the channel will be an American League game, I believe. We're starting to run out of American League games, so I'm not as confident to say that. Let's see here. No games on the 6th. On the 7th, yeah, we got the Blue Jays traveling to Minnesota. Looks like it's going to be Dave Stieb going up against Frank Viola. See how many game series this is. 1, 2. That's a 3-game series. I don't think it's a 4-game series. Nope, a 3-game series between the Blue Jays and Twins will be the next game on the channel here. Like I say, it'll be Dave Stieb going up against Frank Viola. I want to thank Clinton Parks. Oh, you're welcome, Clinton, buddy. Ken Castro for stopping by here today. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, folks. Doesn't do no harm. It don't cost nothing. Hit that bell so you know what's going on. And on your way out here of Philadelphia, hit that like button. Leave a comment. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take care.